here's what you've missed on Jason vs. Wild.
Get this, Bear Grylls, survivor extraordinaire, is looking for a sidekick.
To be an assistant to Bear Grylls, you have to be knowledgeable.
Cactuses?
You have to be humble.
I can be the most humble person the world has ever seen!
You have to be fearless with a strong sense of direction, which is difficult because I'm afraid of
actual monsters, the dark, clowns, weird-looking cloud cover, roller coasters, people who dress up in suits, basketball players, babies, baby snakes. I don't know where I am. Where did I go? Bear Grylls, help me!
You have to be willing to make peace with nature.
Ooh, you're an angry one. You must be the daddy, and you must be the mommy. And you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you little babies. Okay. Hi. I've been bit! Why did I go on this foolhardy journey? Yeah, it turns out it wasn't a rattlesnake that bit me, just a jumping cactus.
As you can see, it isn't a snake at all. I backed up into a jumping cactus.
I am alive, yes! I am alive, yes! When tragedy strikes, God is there for us. It doesn't matter whether it's death or a jumping cactus, God is there for us.
But for me to sell this story to Bear Grylls, people have to know how I got out here and why I should be his sidekick.
Jason, weren't we supposed to stop for gas a while ago?
We'll make it.
Shoot. The phone is dead. That rules out calling anyone.
What are we gonna do?
I knew what to do.
Jason? Jason! Jason! Our home is that way!
It's okay! This is a shortcut!
Well, just retrace your steps if you get lost!
Psh, I'm not gonna get lost. When lost out in the desert, it's important that you follow your footsteps back where you came from. It's important to look for clues and landmarks you may have passed along the way, until you finally find your way back.
I found it! There's the hill! Over there! That's the hill I walked over when I lost sight of the van!
Unfortunately, in the desert, many of your landmarks look the same. I decided to keep walking until I came across something I recognized. When lost out in the desert, it's important to keep your mind occupied. Singing helps.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get in.
When you run out of songs, that's when it's easy to freak out.
Whatever you feel, it's fun to stay at the.
And I mean really freak out.
I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My family's gonna be lost without me. Where should I go? God, I'm desperate. Please help me. What am I gonna do?
And that's when I heard it.
Jason!
That's it. I hear her. She's close by. Catherine!
Jason!
Catherine, where are you?
Follow the sounds of my voice!
Not knowing how long I had been gone, I was wondering if I was hallucinating, but I kept on walking toward the sound.
Jason!
Until finally,
There it is. I found my way back.
I was exhausted. I had spent all of my energy running around the wild with no food and no water. I couldn't run anymore. I was in danger of dehydrating and collapsing before getting back to the van. That's when I noticed my jacket was a little heavy in the pockets.
Oh my gosh, food, water, and a note.
Dear Jason, if you have taken this jacket, you probably have started an adventure without thinking it through. You probably don't have any supplies with you because you're trying to be a survivalist again. I hope you're getting better at this, but know that I believe in you. This water and these snacks are for you, to help you in the wild. Love, Catherine.
Man, she snuck this into my jacket knowing I wouldn't think things through. What a woman! Catherine really does take care of me. She calls out to me when I'm lost. She gives me food and water when I need it the most. And it's kind of like when this guy met Elisha. He was chopping wood down by the Jordan River when all of a sudden his axe head flew off of his axe and landed in the river. The axe head was made of metal, so did it float? No, it did not. The worst part is this. It wasn't even his axe. He borrowed it from somebody. And under Jewish law, if you borrowed something from somebody and you broke it, you were responsible to pay for it. If he could afford to buy a new axe, do you think he would have borrowed it from somebody? No. He didn't have the money to buy a new axe. And if he couldn't afford to buy one, he could go to jail. So the dude runs up to Elisha and he says, "My axe head fell in the river! Help!" Elisha said, "Where did it fall?" And the man pointed to a specific spot in the river. Elisha took his stick and he threw it on that spot. The axe head began to float to the top. The metal axe head floated to the top. God saw that this man was in need and he met his need. God met the needs of this man just like Catherine met my needs by giving me food and water. God blesses those who are poor and realize that they need him, that they need help. You know, I think I'm going to go back down to the van now and thank Catherine for meeting my needs and helping me.
I started to make my way back to the van, with one burning question in my mind.
Catherine!
Yeah!
How many days have I been gone?
You haven't been gone days. You've been gone hours. 4 hours.
I've only been gone for 4 hours?
Join us next week on Jason vs. Wild as Jason figures out how they will get back home.
You did what?